Ever wonder why some relationships seem to progress at an unusually fast pace? In today's interconnected world, love knows no boundaries or borders. Yet, beneath the surface of some seemingly whirlwind romances, there might be motivations that are more strategic than sentimental. We're talking about green card relationships, where love might take a back seat to the quest for legal status in a new country. While this topic might sound like the plot of a Hollywood romantic comedy, it's a real and complex issue that affects numerous individuals across the globe. These relationships, where one partner may be more interested in obtaining a green card than in their significant other, can be fraught with ethical dilemmas and legal complications. We're not here to point fingers or judge, but to create an awareness of this issue and the potential red flags that might indicate a relationship is not all it seems to be. This isn't about casting suspicion on every international love story or questioning the motives of every couple with a quick courtship. Love is diverse and unpredictable, and it can certainly strike quickly and across cultural and geographical boundaries. However, it's also important to acknowledge that, in some cases, the pursuit of a green card can cast a shadow over the genuine bonds of affection. The complexities surrounding green card relationships extend beyond the emotional. They encompass legal aspects that can have serious implications. Immigration laws are strict, and misuse of these can lead to severe penalties, including deportation and bans from future entry. Navigating these legal waters can be challenging, and the stakes are high. Spotting a green card relationship isn't always straightforward. It requires a careful and considerate approach, recognizing that every relationship is unique and that people's motivations can be complex. But by being aware of potential indicators, we can better understand and navigate these tricky situations. So if you've ever found yourself pondering the pace of a friend's relationship, or if you're simply curious about the phenomena of green card romances, stick around. We're about to delve into the signs that might suggest a relationship is more about immigration than infatuation. Let's dive into some potential indicators of a green card relationship. First up, the speed of the relationship. Let's consider how quickly things are moving. Imagine a relationship that's sprinting towards domesticity or matrimony. Not long after the first hello. It's like a whirlwind romance, but without the romance. Instead of getting to know each other, building trust and nurturing affection, the priority seems to be on moving in together or tying the knot. Now, this pace might raise an eyebrow or two. Why? Because it's not the norm. It's not typical. Genuine connections, those that are based on real love and respect, take time to grow. They evolve at a natural pace, allowing both individuals to truly understand one another. So if you notice a relationship moving faster than a shooting star, it might just be a red flag flapping in the wind. Remember, genuine relationships typically evolve over time. Next, let's examine the conversations within the relationship. If the dialogue between partners frequently veers towards obtaining legal status or the perks of citizenship, it might be time to raise an eyebrow. A consistent emphasis on these topics, rather than expressions of genuine affection or commitment, could signal that something's amiss. Imagine a relationship where the talk of the town isn't about shared dreams, future plans, or even the latest movie you both watched, but rather about the color of a green card. is like a continuous echo of legalities in a space that should be filled with love and shared experiences. Of course, it's perfectly okay to discuss such matters, especially if the relationship is international. But if these conversations overshadow the usual romantic banter, or if the legal status seems to be the driving force of the relationship, it's a sign. True love should be about affection and commitment, not citizenship. Now let's talk about the nature of the couple's interactions. It's important to be mindful of the quality of communication between partners. In a genuine relationship, there's a natural flow of conversation, shared interests, and emotional intimacy. It's about connecting on a deep personal level. But what if these elements seem to be missing? What if the interactions feel shallow, lacking in meaningful dialogue, or devoid of shared experiences? These could be signs that the relationship is more transactional than emotional. You might notice that the couple doesn't seem to know each other well, or they don't have much in common. Maybe their conversations are mostly about practical matters, with little emotional connection or depth. These things may suggest that the relationship is primarily about achieving a specific goal, like obtaining a green card, rather than about mutual love and respect. Genuine relationships thrive on emotional support and mutual respect. Let's shift our focus to money matters. In the world of romance, financial transactions are often a part of the relationship. Gifts, shared expenses, and mutual support are common. But when it comes to a relationship that might be more about a green card than true love, the financial aspect can take on a different hue. Imagine this scenario. One partner seems to be providing significant financial support or other material benefits to the other. It's not about sharing the cost of a date or helping out when times are tough, but rather a clear pattern where one person is consistently bankrolling the other, particularly when that support is tied to assistance with immigration processes. This can be a significant red flag. In a genuine relationship, finances are often a shared responsibility, a matter of give and take. It's about building a life together, supporting each other's dreams, and weathering life's ups and downs as a team. The money flows both ways, and it's not the defining element of the relationship. But when one partner appears to be essentially purchasing the other's assistance with immigration matters, it's a different story. The relationship starts to look less like a partnership and more like a transaction. It's as though one person is buying a service from the other rather than building a life together. In such cases, it's important to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Is this financial support a mutual decision based on love and respect? Or does it feel more like a business deal, with one person providing funds in exchange for help with immigration? Remember, a relationship built on genuine love involves emotional support, shared experiences, and mutual respect. It's not about one person paying the other for a service, but about two people sharing their lives together. So, if you see a relationship where one partner appears to be paying the other for immigration assistance, it's worth questioning whether it's really about love or whether it might be about something else entirely. A relationship should never be based solely on financial transactions. How open is the partner about their relationship? That's a question worth pondering when evaluating the authenticity of a romantic relationship. One significant red flag is a resistance to introductions. Imagine a scenario where a partner is consistently hesitant or outright resistant to introducing their significant other to friends and family. This might indicate a desire to maintain secrecy. But why the secrecy? Well, it could be a sign that they're trying to avoid scrutiny regarding the true nature of the relationship. They might fear that others will notice the lack of genuine affection or question the rapid progression of the relationship. In genuine relationships, partners are typically eager to share their happiness with their loved ones. They want their friends and family to know and accept their partner. So when there's a consistent resistance to introductions, it's worth taking a closer look. Are they avoiding questions or simply private by nature? Remember, secrecy can often indicate something isn't quite right. What does the past reveal? A simple question, yet it carries immense weight when we're trying to understand someone's intentions in a relationship. If we're talking about pursuing a green card through marriage, a person's past can often be a revealing indicator. For instance, if an individual has a history of entering into relationships for immigration purposes, it's hard not to see a pattern forming. It becomes even more apparent if these relationships were short-lived or ended soon after the partner obtained legal status. Such a pattern suggests that the main motivator for these relationships was not genuine love or commitment, but rather an effort to secure a green card. However, it's important to remember that everyone deserves the benefit of the doubt. Past behavior is not always a perfect predictor of future actions, but it's certainly an aspect worth considering when evaluating a relationship's authenticity. After all, one's past relationships can often offer insights into their present ones. Are there attempts to break the law? It's a question you should ask when noticing signs of a green card relationship. Legal compliance is a crucial aspect of any immigration process, and attempts to circumvent laws or regulations can be a red flag. In the pursuit of a green card, some individuals might resort to providing false information on immigration documents or attempting to deceive immigration authorities during interviews. These actions are not only ethically wrong, but also legally punishable. The law is clear and firm. Misleading immigration officials is a serious offense and can lead to severe consequences, including deportation and permanent bans from the country. Remember, genuine relationships are built on trust, respect, and honesty. Any attempt to manipulate the system is a clear indication that the relationship may be transactional, rather than based on mutual love and respect. In conclusion, always be vigilant. Breaking the law is never a good sign. What about language and culture, you may ask? Well, let's dive into that. Significant disparities in language proficiency or cultural understanding between partners can sometimes be a red flag. It's not uncommon for couples to face these challenges, but it's how they're addressed that matters. In a genuine relationship, these disparities are seen as opportunities for growth and bonding. They're actively addressed and overcome, with both partners taking steps to bridge the gap. However, in a relationship motivated more by immigration purposes than love, these barriers may be exploited rather than addressed. For instance, one partner might use the other's lack of language proficiency or cultural understanding to manipulate situations or control the narrative. This exploitation can be a subtle yet insidious form of control, making it harder for the less proficient partner to navigate their new environment or understand the complexities of immigration processes. Remember, communication's key in any relationship. Is there pressure or coercion involved? This is a question that no one should ever have to ask in a genuine, loving relationship. Yet in scenarios where a green card might be the underlying motivation, it's an essential one. When one partner exerts undue pressure or coercion on the other to enter into marriage or a relationship for immigration purposes, it's a glaring red flag. This behavior can take many forms. It could be emotional manipulation, making the other person feel guilty or obligated. It could be overt threats or constant nagging. Whatever form it takes, it's not just unethical, it's often illegal. True love is not about manipulation or exploitation. It's about mutual respect, understanding, and consent. A healthy relationship is one where both partners feel free to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of retribution or reprisal. So if you're feeling pressured or coerced, speak up, seek help, and remember, healthy relationships are about mutual consent and respect. Finally, is there emotional investment in the relationship? A fundamental pillar of genuine relationships is a deep personal investment in the other person. This extends beyond mere companionship or affection. It's about caring for their well-being, supporting their ambitions, and sharing in their triumphs and failures. In relationships where the main goal is to secure a green card, there may be a noticeable lack of this emotional investment. You might find one party showing little to no interest in the other's dreams, aspirations, or even their day-to-day well-being. They might seem more focused on their immigration status rather than on the relationship itself. In essence, they are more invested in the green card than the heart card. This lack of emotional connection and personal investment raises serious questions about the authenticity of the relationship. Without emotional investment, can it really be called love? So, we've covered a lot of ground today. From rapid progression to a lack of personal investment, we've delved deep into the nuanced indicators that could potentially signal a relationship centered around the pursuit of a green card rather than genuine affection. We've examined how relationships that seem to move at warp speed, with talk of cohabitation or marriage surfacing much too soon, might be a cause for concern. Authentic relationships usually take time to grow and evolve, allowing both individuals to truly get to know each other. We've also discussed how a constant focus on the benefits of legal status or citizenship, rather than expressions of true love and commitment, might suggest that the primary motivation behind the relationship is obtaining a green card. We've looked at the nature of the couple's interactions, noting that a lack of emotional intimacy, shared interests, or meaningful conversations could suggest a transactional relationship, rather than one based on mutual love and respect. We've touched on financial transactions, particularly instances where one partner seems to be providing financial or material benefits in exchange for help with immigration processes. Genuine relationships are built on emotional support and mutual respect, not financial transactions. We've considered resistance to introductions, previous patterns, and attempts to bypass immigration laws or regulations. All these can be significant red flags that should not be ignored. We've also explored disparities in language proficiency or cultural understanding, and how they can sometimes be exploited for immigration purposes rather than being actively addressed and overcome within the relationship. Perhaps most importantly, we've discussed the need for vigilance when there is pressure or coercion in the relationship, or if one partner shows a lack of genuine emotional investment in the other's well-being, goals, or aspirations. However, while it's crucial to be aware of these signs, it's equally vital to approach these situations with empathy and understanding. Immigration concerns can be deeply personal and complex. Remember, it's essential to approach such situations with sensitivity and fairness, but also with vigilance to protect oneself and others from potential exploitation or fraud. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more informative videos. Thank you for watching, and let us know that you subscribed in the comment section.